mind, looking for a dime. James Locke in the house, gonna help you shine.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Pool Locke YouTube channel. I'm James Locke. Today we're going to answer some more Ask James questions of the day. First question is from Maria, and she says, my husband works for the federal government and he's been working without pay. We're planning to retire in a few years, or in 5 years, but this whole thing has been stressing us out. What's your best advice? Maria, first of all, my heart truly goes out to you both. It's easy to talk about government shutdowns in abstract market terms. But for families like yours who are living through it day by day, it's very real and very personal. So kudos to your husband for his dedication and for continuing to work through this uncertain time. Now, if it plays out like past shutdowns, most federal employees eventually receive back pay once the budget passes. Hopefully that'll happen again soon. But the best preparation is focusing on what you can actually control. So your financial cushion and your income strategy as you approach retirement. So for now, keep expenses reasonable. Avoid taking on unnecessary debt. Prioritize maintaining an emergency fund. I know a lot of sources today say 3 months of expenses is enough. I still prefer 6 to 12 months, especially when you're this close to retirement. That gives you real breathing room, whether it's a government shutdown, a job disruption, or an unexpected medical emergency. Here's an important perspective shift. Holding extra cash isn't wasted opportunity. Think of it like a sacrifice bunt in baseball. You might give up a little short-term gain to strengthen your defensive position long-term. Plus, having cash on hand gives you the flexibility and options. If markets drop significantly, you're not forced to sell investments at a loss. Instead, you can even take advantage of lower prices and buy quality income-producing assets while they're on sale. Now, since you're planning to retire in 5 years, this is also the perfect time to start transitioning your investment approach toward income generation. So begin thinking about how your portfolio will provide reliable cash flow in retirement. Now, whether that's through dividend-paying stocks, bonds, or other income-focused investments, the goal is to reduce your dependence on any single income source, including your husband's government salary. So for now, do what you can to manage your expenses carefully and preserve cash flow. Keep building that foundation of financial security, and hopefully once this shutdown ends, your husband will receive that back pay he's earned and deserves. Great question, timely question. If you would like to send in your question, you can do so by emailing them to poollocke@poollocke.com. So moving right along, we're going to move to our second question, and this is from Frank. He says, my wife and I are both pretty risk tolerant. We have a high risk portfolio and we're both still working. Our retirement accounts are overfunded, so we feel okay. But are we missing anything? Frank, that's a really good question, and I appreciate you thinking critically about this. Now, without knowing all your specific details, here's kind of the general rule I encourage people to follow. If you could retire today, meaning your pension, if you have one, Social Security, and the income generated from your investments could fully support your lifestyle without selling assets, then sure, you can take as much risk as you're comfortable with. You've got that cushion, right? But if you need to liquidate a significant portion of your portfolio right at retirement to generate that income, well, that's where risk can really bite you hard, because markets don't always cooperate with our retirement timelines. Here's the key question. If the market is down 20%, 30%, 40%, when you're ready to pull the trigger on retirement, could you still retire comfortably without compromising your lifestyle? If the honest answer is no, then you may be taking more risk than you realize. Even if your accounts look overfunded today, right, you still may be taking too much risk. Now remember, the early 2000s brought us 2 separate 50% market drops within less than a decade. That historical reality tells you it absolutely can happen again, and potentially right when you least want it to. So if you don't want to risk postponing your retirement date or drastically cutting your lifestyle, make sure your portfolio is resilient enough to handle that kind of significant decline. This is where transitioning toward income-focused investments becomes crucial. Assets that generate cash flow through dividends, interest, or distributions rather than requiring you to sell shares during a downturn. Otherwise, consider strategically de-risking at least a portion of your portfolio. Not because of any current shutdown, tariffs, or market noise, but simply because of where you are in your personal life cycle. Building an income foundation now means you won't be forced to sell growth assets at the worst possible time just to pay your bills in retirement. 2 great questions today. If you would like to send in your question, you can do so. Send them on in, email them to poollocke@poollocke.com. If you like what you heard, go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel. I'm James Locke, your retirement income source, and I'll see you next time.
Money on my mind, looking for a dime. James Locke in the house, gonna help you shine. Retirement is near, don't you live in fear. Listen up, my friend, let me make it clear. Savings in the